The mdlove podcast starts now.
Hello, Moonwalkers and the mdlove podcast listeners. How are you guys? Thank you guys for joining me again for another episode of this podcast. I thought to start with an apology to you guys that it's taking me so long to record an episode. It's been over a month since the last one. But you know what? I realized that this podcast is just one more thing that I do. I am on social media every day. I'm here every day on the YouTube channel. I'm mainly on my Instagram posting something about Michael. So, I never truly gone. I'm always here. This podcast is just another thing that I do. So that's why I don't rush to, record an episode once a week or whatever. I just do it whenever I feel like it or really have the time for it. And that's it. If I had, I don't know, a few hundreds of listeners, then maybe I would have made an effort to, sit down and do it once a week. But this is just the beginning, and I know that I don't have a lot of listeners, so I'm not in a rush. If you guys want me to do this once a week or more often, then say it. Use the comment section and just say it. When we want to hear you more, can you please talk about this and that? You can send questions, whatever. I would love it if you guys will be part of this podcast. I want to know, what do you think about my opinions, the topics that I'm choosing to talk about. Like, for example, today I'm going to talk mainly about the biopic because I keep hearing and seeing people complaining about it, and they never even saw anything, and I think it is so funny and I don't understand it. But anyway, if you guys want me to talk about anything, please use the comment section, and also let me know what do you think about this episode. Yeah, okay, I think we can start, right? So let's talk today about the biopic, and then maybe I'll talk about another thing that happened lately in Hollywood and how I think that Michael has something to do with it. Okay, so let's first of all talk about this app that used to be called Twitter, now it is called X, where some part of the fandom is using it to either create unnecessary drama or complain about something they know nothing about. So I haven't really seen what people are talking about over there because I rarely go there. Mainly because of the negativity over there. It's just, I don't want to see it, to be honest. But I keep hearing that people are believing or talking about, the biopic isn't going to be this good, or it's going to be a failure. And honestly, I don't know, what are you basing your opinion on? You don't know anything. Let me remind you, they have started, according to what I know, working on this biopic since 2017, okay, 7 years ago. So for at least 7 years they're working on it. You don't really know what's going on backstage. You haven't seen anything. All you get is pictures that are being leaked from the movie set. And based on that, you decided that this movie is not going to be great. Okay. Well, lately, being from where I am in this world, I'm seeing people who are getting things totally wrong. So I'm not completely surprised. It's just like anything else. People are basing their opinions on not on facts, not on something that they actually saw and heard, but just because they're into the drama. They love the drama. And let me tell you something, people. I am a believer, meaning I believe Michael is alive, And not only is he alive, he is also behind everything. He is behind this biopic, he is behind Taj Jackson project, and many other things. And because I believe he is behind it, I also believe that he is going to create something that we have never seen before. Okay, if this movie is going to be 3 hours long, like they said, and it's going to include 30 songs of MJ's, and they're going to talk about everything that Michael has been through, both in his public life and his private life. And we all know that Michael, with the good and the bad, his life was never boring. What makes you think that this film is going to fail when you know that so many great people are working on it and the stories are so big and important and interesting, and it's about our Michael. I don't know about you, but I cannot get enough of this man. I'm always learning something new about him. I'm pretty sure this biopic will teach me something that I've never read about or heard about. As much as I believe that I know, and I know a lot because I always read something about him or watching something about him, there's always something to learn. Like today, for example, I watched a few minutes of the Matt Fidesz interview that was uploaded a few days ago here to YouTube, and he talked about how even in Neverland, Michael couldn't be 100% safe, because even there, people could, enter the ranch and harm him, or people would go down with parachutes. They would go down to the ranch and maybe try to harm him. So even there, you see, I believe that was like the one place that Michael could be safe and relaxed and happy. But no, not even there. And that was painful to learn, I have to admit. But just like I said, it was new. It was news to me. Good, see? And even though I'm here for about 5+ years, and I believe I know a lot, there's always something to learn. So maybe this biopic that some of you believe will fail will show you something that you don't know, and it will absolutely blow your mind. And it will actually be great. Like, why do people, about a year before the movie even comes out, they haven't even finished filming anything? You haven't even seen the trailer, you haven't seen anything, and you already decided that it's not gonna be great. Again, I don't know what you're basing your opinion on, but I think you guys are wrong, really, really wrong. You're just wrong being negative about it, okay? You can be negative about something that has to do with Michael, because no matter who's behind it, who's creating it, who wrote the script, who's directing, whatever, the story is going to be great simply because it's about Michael, and Michael had a very interesting life, and he also had so many things about him that we don't know, that can only be told by people that really knows him. Like his son Prince, for example. He knows stuff that you guys will never know. And now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know why he's not writing a book about what it's like grown up with a father like Michael Jackson, that had such a complicated life. I think it will be great if people will get to know another side of Michael. Yes, people know in general that Michael is a great father, and you see it on the kids. They're great people. But, he can share details that most of the public don't know. and I think it's gonna be great. But you know, that's up to him if he wants to share those stories. But anyway, that's one thing that I wanted to say about the biopic. Don't be negative before you really learned something about what they're doing, what is it about. All we get is, you know, who's gonna play who, you know, and that's basically all we get is pictures and actors that are gonna be in it, and that's basically it. And of course, you know, the date of when we're gonna go to the movie theater and watch it. But that's it, that's all you know. And based on that, you are forming such a negative opinion. That's beyond my understanding, but okay. I think guys should wait and see. And that's what I have to say about that. Now, let's talk about the biopic itself and what we do know and what I expect them to put their focus on, what I think should be really talked about in the biopic, and what sides of MJ they should show. Okay, so even though they're in the middle of filming, maybe too late to give them ideas, but this is just something that I expect to see in the biopic, or I'm hoping to see. So we all know that Michael's main message is love, right? Michael's all about love. So I'm hoping they're going to show that loving side of him, you know, him loving people, loving his life, loving his work. And I think it will be great if, you know, if we talked about loving people, they should show parts of all the speeches he made, talking about unity and humanity and how important it is to, you know, for the people to be together and help each other. And I think it's a great message, and they should really put their focus on, you know, in the biopic. What else? Oh, also, of course, the real story with Sony. What happened? How did it start? How did it end? Did it end? I don't know. Till this day, there are stories about them wanting to buy the catalog. So I don't know. I think it's a complicated story, but it's also important because Sony was one of MJ's main problems in life, and it expanded to many other problems like the trial. And I hope they're going to kind of show us the connection between the two subjects, between the two problems, because, you know, most fans or people who, you know, love the king of pop and his music and everything, most people who are not involved as us in MJ's life, they don't know what really happened. They don't know the details. Maybe they have a general idea of what happened, but they don't know exactly what happened. And I think it's important to talk about it, and I'm pretty sure they will show it because, you know, it was a big deal in MJ's life. So yeah, I hope they're gonna show the connection between everything. You know, like there's this one big connection between every trouble Michael had, challenge Michael had in his life. I think that will be great. Now, one more thing that I'm curious if they're gonna show it in the movie. You know, we all know there are like two Michaels. Like there's the private man, and then there's the public persona. And I was hoping, or wondering actually, Will they show Michael as an everyday guy? Because I'm sure he had moments like that when he was just like everybody else, doing things like everybody else. Like, if there are scenes when they're going to show him as a father, are they going to show him change diapers? Are they going to show him make breakfast for his children? Are they going to show him doing the laundry or doing the dishes? You know, just being an everyday dad? Or are they gonna focus more on the glamorous part of MJ's life? Are they going to focus more on the king of pop? Or are they going to kind of combine both sides of MJ's personality? That will be interesting to see. Also, I'm thinking, you know, they said that there are going to be 30 songs of MJ's in the biopic. I do wonder if they're going to play songs that we never heard before. You know, Michael said once that when he's recording for an album, he's always recording about 100 songs, sometimes more than 100 songs for, you know, before an album comes out. So I'm sure there are still many songs that we never heard before. Are they going to use some of that? That will be interesting. So yeah, that's something that I'm curious about. Like, are they going to show Michael as just an ordinary guy, or are they only going to focus on the stage person? I'm thinking because the movie is called Michael and not the King of Pop, they're going to show more of the man himself, the real personality of the man himself, and not just what he showed us to the public. I am hoping they're going to share with us private moments that will show the world who Michael really is. You know, when there are no cameras around or people to cheer for him. You know, just in general, I'm very, very curious about this biopic. What stories are they planning on sharing with us? And at the end, what's the public opinion they want us to have about Michael? I do know, like, from my personal point of view, no matter what they'll choose to share or how they're going to share it, my opinion on Michael will never change. So but who knows? We have a whole year until the movie comes out, so maybe I'll learn something new about him, but I don't believe that I'm gonna feel any different about him. Maybe I'll love him more if that's possible. But I don't think that I could be disappointed or anything. But as I said, we have time, so we'll see. How do you guys feel about the biopic? What do you expect to see? What songs do you think there should be on the biopic that tells a story about the man himself? And just in general, are you excited about it? Are you part of that group that complains about it before it even came out? Like, share with me, what do you think about it? Okay, so this is what I had to say about the biopic today. I could go on and talk about other things that I planned on talking about, but you know what? Maybe I'll save that for the next episode because it's kind of heavy and I need to learn more about it. I don't want to just talk about things that I don't know a lot about. But as I said before, I don't know if I said it in this episode, Things are happening in Hollywood right now. Things are being exposed. Things about the real Hollywood or another real side of Hollywood is coming out, and I think Michael has something to do with the way things are being exposed and the people that are being exposed and for the things that they are doing that are being exposed. But I don't want to say too much right now. I kind of want to dig into this more, and then most likely in the next episode that I don't know when I'm going to record it. I can't say soon because, as you saw, it took me over a month to record this episode. So in the next episode, I will talk about a little heavier stuff, but I think they are important to mention because I also believe it is one of the reasons why Michael had to escape, which is also something that I'm hoping they're going to talk about in the biopic. But I've said enough about the biopic today. So thank you guys for being here with me and listening. And again, if you have questions or comments about anything that I said in this episode, feel free to use the comment section. I'm always here reading everything. If you want to follow me on Instagram, my Instagram page is called He's Just Another Part of Me, or you can look for mdlove MJ Forever. Forever is written with just the number 4, forever. And you can send me messages if you want. You can comment on my posts there. I'm mainly on my Instagram, posting things because it's just easier to write things down than talk about it. It takes less time, and I can, get my message in a more accurate way. So honestly, I prefer to write than to talk, but this is nice as well. I love doing this podcast. Anyway, I'm gonna say it again. Thank you guys for being with me. I will talk to you in the next episode. I don't know when it's going to happen, but will for sure let you know. So thank you. Have a great weekend. Today is May 9th. It is a Thursday, which means the weekend is coming. So have a great weekend. Get some rest. And I'll talk to you soon. So bye for now.